Let's sit with this for a moment. The world is a chorus of voices, some sharp, some cruel, some just careless, and they all seem to know exactly how to pluck at your nerves. Someone cuts you off in traffic. A friend forgets a promise. A stranger hurls an insult like it's nothing. Your chest tightens, your thoughts race, and before you know it, you're tangled in anger or irritation, wondering why they've got this hold over you. Now imagine letting that all slip away, not because you're numb, but because you found a stillness they can't touch. That's what Stoicism offers, a way to walk through the noise of life without letting it rattle your soul. It's not magic. It's a practice, rooted in the lives of men like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, who didn't just preach calm, they lived it, even when the world around them burned. I want to show you how to do the same, to never get angry or bothered by anyone, not by shutting them out, but by shifting what's inside. Think about the last time someone got under your skin. Maybe it was a co-worker's snide remark or a family member pushing the same old buttons. Your blood simmered, right? That's the spark Stoics teach you to catch before it flares. Epictetus had this down to a simple truth. People don't upset you, their actions don't have that power. It's your own judgments about them that light the fuse. Someone snaps at you over a spilled coffee and your mind spins a story. They're rude. They don't respect me, they think I'm nothing. That story's the match, not the spill. Strip it away, and what's left? Just a moment, a cup tipped over, a voice raised. Nothing more unless you make it more. Next time it happens, pause. Breathe into that space between what they did and what you think about it. Ask yourself, do I need to write this tale of offense? Or can I let it be what it is, a fleeting thing, not mine to carry? That's the first thread of Stoic calm, seeing that your peace doesn't hinge on them, but on the lens you choose. Now let's stretch that further. Life doesn't just poke at you once and walk away. It's a steady drip of aggravations, big and small. The Stoics didn't wait for those drips to pool into frustration. They built a habit of stepping ahead of them. Take Marcus Aurelius. He ruled an empire, faced wars, betrayals, plague, and still wrote to himself each night, not with bitterness, but with clarity. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Picture him, ink-stained fingers scribbling by lamplight, reminding himself that the generals plotting against him, the senators whining in his ear, none of it owned his mind unless he let it. You can do that too. Start your day with a quiet ritual, 5 minutes, a cup of tea, whatever settles you, and run through what might come. The loud neighbor, the late bus, the critic who never shuts up. Don't dread it. See it as a play unfolding, actors doing their parts. When it hits later, the honk, the delay, the jab, you're not ambushed. You nod, almost amused, because you've already been there in your head, and it's just another line in the script, not a dagger to your calm. But here's where it deepens. Stoicism isn't about dodging feelings. It's about choosing which ones you let take root. Anger's a vine, it creeps in fast, wraps tight, and chokes out your peace if you water it. Seneca, who knew a thing or two about hot tempers, called it a temporary madness, a thief that steals your reason and hands it to whoever's poking you. Let's say someone's yelling in your face, maybe a boss chewing you out for something you didn't even do. The heat rises, your fists clench. You want to yell back or storm off. Stop there. Feel that wave, but don't ride it. Seneca's trick was to see the yeller as a child throwing a tantrum, pitiful, not powerful. Shift your eyes inward. Their noise is their burden, not yours. You don't have to match it or carry it home. Instead, let it pass through you like a breeze there 1 second, gone the next. Over time, that shift becomes second nature. Their chaos stops sticking because you've stopped giving it a place to land. You're not cold, you're free. And freedom's the heart of this. Stoics didn't chase applause or tremble at boos. They tied their worth to something no one could snatch. Imagine a day packed with slights. A friend ghosts you, a clerk's rude, a driver flips you off. Most people tally those up, letting each one chip at their mood until they're a mess by nightfall. Not you, not with Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius leaned on this. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Your friend's silence, their choice, not your failure. The clerk's attitude, their day, not yours. The driver's gesture, a flicker on the road, not a mark on your soul. Tie your peace to what you control, your thoughts, your deeds, your quiet strength, and the rest falls away like leaves in the wind. People can't bother you when they don't hold the reins to your value. They'll try, sheer poking, prodding, hoping for a rise, but they'll find a wall of calm they can't climb. And that's when they fade into the background. Let's pull this into the everyday. You're not an emperor or a sage in a toga. You're you living now with bills and deadlines and people who test you. Stoicism meets you there. It's not about being a statue, blank and unfeeling. It's about being human, fully, without letting the small stuff or the big stuff drag you under. Picture a morning commute. The train's late, someone shoves past, another blasts music through cheap earbuds. Old you might have fumed, muttering curses under your breath. New you? You stand there, hands in pockets, watching it unfold like a curious bystander. Epictetus would grin at that. He'd say you're free the moment you stop demanding the world bend to your script. Or take a tougher hit. A loved one snaps at you, words cutting deeper than they meant. Don't bite back. See their stress, their tangle, and let it be theirs. Your calm isn't just for you, it's a gift to them too, a chance for the storm to settle. Day by day, this builds a life where anger and bother don't find a foothold, not because you've locked them out, but because you've outgrown them. This is an instant you'll slip. Feel the old heat flare up, and that's fine. Stoicism's a craft, not a switch. Each time you catch yourself, each time you choose the pause over the outburst, you're chiseling away at the habit of reaction. Seneca admitted his own stumbles. Marcus wrestled doubts in his journals. They weren't perfect, they were persistent. Keep at it, and soon you'll notice. The loudmouth at work, the snub from a friend, the stranger's glare, they don't land like they used to. You've built something, a quiet, steady place inside that no one can storm. That's the Stoic promise. Not a life without trouble, but a life where trouble doesn't rule you. No one can make you angry or bothered unless you hand them the key, and why would you? When you've learned to hold it tight,